let us try and start using ChatGPT. I will show you how to use ChatGPT through this example. Type chat.openai.com in your browser and it will take you to the login screen. If you do not already have an account with OpenAI, create an account first and then log in with that account. I don't have an account, so I will create my account right in front of you in this demonstration. Enter your email address. Choose a password. Your password should have at least 8 characters, and one of the characters should be a capital letter and a special character, and one of the letters should be numbers, so that your password is completely secure. This way you can sign up. You need to verify your email first, so we'll verify. Log into your email ID and click on the verification link that is sent to you by OpenGI. I am opening my email inbox here and I'll verify it. I'll click the verify email address button in the OpenAI email, and yes, it has verified my email. Now I'm entering my first name, last name and phone number. Do you have WhatsApp? I will say yes. So send the code via WhatsApp. Must have sent me a code. This is probably the code. Let me check it on my phone. OpenAI code is 836533. 36533. Okay. Code is verified. Now this is taking me through a virtual tour. It is giving me some instructions. Now here I am into the interface. This is the interface. This is what the main interface would look like, and I can click new chat. The new chat is already available here. I'll have to enter my question in this box so that I can get a response from ChatGPT. Now here are some examples which OpenAI has already given for you. For convenience, let us select one of these responses. I'll choose this one so that everyone can understand and everyone can relate. Got any creative ideas for a 10-year-old's birthday? If you have a 10-year-old daughter or son, you can ask ChatGPT what the creative ideas may be for celebrating his or her birthday. So let us ask this question to ChatGPT and see how it responds. Yeah, these are some of the ideas for a 10-year-old birthday. You can arrange a scavenger hunt around your house or neighborhood. It is like treasure hunt. Do-it-yourself party, outdoor adventure, cooking or baking party, movie night, virtual party. Remember to consider the interests and preferences of the birthday child when planning the party and have fun. Now this is the most important part, the last sentence. But before that, see how intelligently it has given you some options in a human like response. But at the very end, it says you should keep in mind the interests and preferences of the birthday child. So, this is an important lesson. ChatGPT gives you responses, suggestive responses, but it also tells you to go to the person and keep in mind the person's needs and interests. So whenever somebody asks you, can ChatGPT be a substitute for a human being, substitute for a teacher, for example, or substitute for a parent or a party planner, the simple answer is no. ChatGPT can be an attendant, it can be an assistant, it can help you, assist you, but it cannot substitute a human being. So this is an example. Now we will try and ask some academic question to ChatGPT. Explain how to write a research proposal. Let us see. Now it has begun by telling you what a research proposal is and the steps to write a research proposal. See, it is going on and on, generating responses. Now it has stopped. Oh, there is a network error. Regenerate response. I will click on regenerate response. Let us ask ChatGPT to do it again for us. And this time, if you have observed correctly, the first paragraph is a bit different from the earlier response, but the steps are the same. Identify the problem, create a literature review, develop research questions, and all that. Okay, it is going on and on. I'll stop. Yeah. In summary, writing a research proposal requires careful planning, thorough literature review, clear research questions or hypotheses, and so the things like that. It is ultimately the last sentence of every response is that you have to do it yourself. ChatGPT cannot do everything for you. So this is what we can understand from the last sentence of every response that ChatGPT generates. So it has told you that writing a research proposal requires these things: careful planning, thorough literature review, everything. And the essence or the summary of what ChatGPT says or the response in the way that it responds is ultimately you will have to develop your own thinking. ChatGPT will give you hints, give you suggestions. Now I will tell you how ChatGPT differs from Google. What difference is there between ChatGPT and Google? But before that, let us ask one more question to ChatGPT. How to explain how to write, or we will ask ChatGPT to write it for us. Write a job application for me. Job application for the post of a teacher of English for me. See how it responds. This time we have not asked ChatGPT any information, any suggestion. We have asked ChatGPT to do the job for us. See, it's coming at you with a wonderful draft. I have a bachelor's degree in English literature, master's degree in education, and an experience of teaching nationally and internationally. Passionate about young people, lot many things it is writing about the person. There are placeholders, school name, etc., where you can write. You can just you just have to fill up the blanks, your name, school name, etc. Now, this is how you can use ChatGPT to. This was the demonstration of how you can use ChatGPT to ask about the steps of doing a particular job or a particular thing. You can ask. This is how you can ask ChatGPT for information, and this is how you can employ ChatGPT to do something for you. But this letter is a model letter that ChatGPT has generated for you. It is not tailor-made for you. You will have to do the necessary changes in this letter. So again, can ChatGPT be a substitute for a human being? You think and tell me if it can be. As for myself, I believe that you still have to have a good knowledge of English and good drafting skills yourself, even if you have to make necessary changes in the draft generated by ChatGPT. You cannot do it unless you have a good knowledge of English and unless you know how to write correct English. So ChatGPT, ultimately the conclusion is the same. ChatGPT can be a helper, it cannot be a substitute. I have not been using ChatGPT as of now. I have not started using it for my teaching as yet, but I will use it as a teaching aid, not as a teacher substitute. And this was just an introductory demonstration for you all, and I request you to go through the documentation of ChatGPT and the different plans that OpenAI offers to you for upgrading to different levels of ChatGPT, and share with me whatever you learn, and I will share with you whatever I learn. So I am also learning ChatGPT. I am not an expert. I just started to learn. So let us learn it together. I hope this little demonstration has kindled some interest in you about ChatGPT. Let us move ahead.